Jesus was as perfect as a man could be. And what did mankind give him? Instead of being appreciated, he was crucified. You find intolerable the little abuse you get from others, but think what Christ suffered for giving love. Of all the miracles he performed, the greatest was when he said from the cross, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." To that great Christ we give our tribute today, to him who has established in our hearts a permanent monument of love. That same thing we must say during this wartime. Forgive them, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Blinded by ignorance, they are murdering each other. They had no hate for those they now call enemies. Politicians led them to fight and kill one another. What will be the gain? The final result must be that man will understand that war does not pay. That is all. War will never solve any problem. Bombs will not settle disputes. Love alone disarms the enemy. Would any power on earth make me take a gun and shoot someone? No. I would not handle a gun for anyone. We must remember the permanent monument Christ has left within us in his counsel. Love one another, for we are all sons of the one God. That is what we have to learn. And universal Christ love will become stronger than ever when the nations of the earth see their folly. No politician or monarch will ever be worshipped as Christ is worshipped, because their rule is based on narrow interest or greed or hatred. It is the universal, eternal principles that Christ and the great ones have lived that will change the narrow rules of politics. Humanity has gone mad because the example of Christ's life has been scorned or forgotten. He will not impose himself physically. We have to accept him spiritually. Then alone will he bless us live the ideals of Christ. It was from my Guru, Swami Sri Yukteswar, in his ashram in India, that I learnt about Christ and the real meaning of his teaching. And I never forgot it. I have been able to win in life because I applied those timeless principles. In the ashram there was a younger boy named Kumar, who had come as a disciple shortly after I did. I thought he was Master's favorite because he was rather quick and intelligent, and I was more slow in my ways. It was apparent that he wanted my position as the one in charge of the ashram. Guruji assigned him to my place and gave me lesser duties. Everyone complained to me, charging that Master had done me an injustice. But instead of taking their side, I took Master's side. I told them, my relationship with Guruji is not conditioned by my title or what work I do. I have pledged to him my obedience. I didn't come here for praise or position. I came to humble my pride. In the valley of humbleness, the waters of God's mercy gather. Those who flatter you usually have a selfish objective. Never bribe or allow yourself to be bribed with flattery. Everything that happens to us is a test of God to see how we behave. And this was my first test in my Guru's ashram. I wouldn't be Yogananda today if I hadn't passed those tests with Master. I said to the devotees, Master is right. I don't know why he has made this decision, but I know that if I were to feel hurt or resentful, I would be wrong. So what happened? One day, when I was busy with the work assigned to me, Kumar went to Master to complain about me and said, you put me in charge, but everybody goes to him. Master replied, that is what I wanted you to learn. You coveted his position. He never wanted it. They all go to him because he is naturally suited for it. And why did you ask Yogananda to clean your shoes? Which he did. When he was the leader, did he ever ask you to wipe his shoes? I learned a great lesson from that experience. I had been tested, and in that test I had won. I did not follow Kumar's ways of pettiness. I not only said, Father, forgive him, but I learned to love him. And later he followed me. That is the way of Christ. Jesus said that if anyone smites you, turn the other cheek, give him love. It is a very difficult philosophy, but I have lived that life and I know it is the only one that works. The way to practice Christ's philosophy is to begin with your family. Right in your own home, He is watching whether you are following His ideals or the tenets of evil. In family life, the test of spiritual existence is to remain always calm and understanding. If someone wants to fight, remain quiet. Can anyone keep up an argument if you don't talk back? If you are married and your spouse goes wrong, love him all the more. Pour kindness and love on the wrongdoer. If your love is not understood, your loved one may leave you, but to the last day of life he will remember that he is the one who wronged you. It is better to live in the hearts of those you love as one who loved them unconditionally than to live in their memory as one who was hateful. It is natural to love others who love you and are kind to you, but Jesus said to give love even to those who abuse you. I have lived that philosophy. I have learned to love people in spite of their behavior. For those who fail this test, it is their doom. The fault lies with self, not with others. No matter how perfect you try to make a place, you will see that there will always be somebody coming to interfere. That is the law of this world. How many have tried to shake me and disrupt the harmony of my work, but have not been able to do so? Why? Because I follow the laws of Christ. No one can hurt me if I don't wish to be hurt. Jesus had the power to destroy his enemies. I have that power too. I could hurt others with just a thought, but I have never done it. I have never used that power for revenge. As you travel the spiritual path, your will becomes fiery. God gives His devotees great power as they grow. He doesn't give it to everyone, because people would destroy one another. But as one advances spiritually, his power increases. If he is tempted to use it to hurt others, however, he will destroy himself. The misuse of his power will be his end. Jesus said, if I would, I could borrow 12 legions of angels from my Father. But what did he do instead? He observed quietness. He didn't even try to defend himself. That is the divine way to overcome your enemies. If in a spiritual organization you are mistreated, give love. I have lived that. Remain quiet, for as soon as you help the wrongdoer with one word of quarrel, you have soiled your own thoughts. You have failed in your own ideals. When there is a fight, at least two parties are involved. So there can be no fight with you if you refuse to participate. The only way to conquer your enemy is to follow the example of Christ's love. God has the power to destroy us in an instant, but He does not do so. Even though we give Him plenty of cause, He gives love for hate, and He expects us to follow that example. Each one of us must live that life. No one can quarrel with me. That is the way I have conquered. If you want to know Christ, you have to be victorious in every test, to conquer the ego self even in little things.